Today we're going to be looking at how to create chevron cutwork, which creates right angles to fill a shape. For this technique you will need embroidery scissors, metalwork scissors, bright check and rough pearl. When working with these types of bullion, we will be cutting them to length and threading them like so. For this video we're going to be using a double waxed strand of yellow Gutermann's thread with a little knot in the end. To start the embroidery, we will have a little knot that will pop on the surface of the fabric, bringing the needle down, leaving the knot on the top. And we're going to start off by doing 2 little stab stitches or stay stitches or anchor stitches. These are millimetre length stitches that form an anchoring point for your embroidery thread. Hold the first piece of bullion into the corner of the pearl and bring it up to meet the line at a 45-degree angle, using your needle to make a dent where the bullion meets the line. You can then unthread that first piece of bullion and cut it to the correct size, and then use it as a guide to cut several more pieces of bright check and rough pearl. We always use the first piece of bullion that we've cut because otherwise it can grow incrementally over time, meaning that the last piece you've cut will be much larger than the first piece that you've cut, and we're doing this on a velvet board to prevent them from bouncing around. Thread up one of the pieces of bullion and lay it flush across the fabric so that it meets the centre line at a 45-degree angle. Take the needle down again, ensuring that the stitch length is the same as the piece of bullion. And we're going to be working 2 columns next to each other, making sure that the bright check pieces go into the same hole so that they lie nice and flush at the top of the chevron together. We then want to slide on the second piece, which is a piece of rough pearl. So this is a rough version of the smooth pearl. And we want to bring our needle down, pulling it all the way through so that the bullion sits nice and flush next to the other piece. Continue to work rows of bullion towards the top of the shape, maintaining a consistent angle. Be nice and careful when you pop the needle through the middle. We really don't want to overstretch the bullion. We also don't want to crack the bullion at any point. So alternating between the bright check and the smooth pearl. You can do this in any pattern that you like. You can also mix it in with coloured bullions or silk wrapped bullions, whichever you prefer. You want to make sure that the bullions are sat nice and closely next to each other so that they don't have gaps in between. The ideal is that we don't want to see the fabric at all through the gaps, and it creates a beautiful filling technique that can add a really nice texture to your embroidery. We're then going to start to work on the second column, repeating the same thing. You can either match the pattern or switch it up a bit, whichever you prefer. Keep working until you've reached the top of the shape, filling in every single section. You can then use the edge of a malure to just pop the pearl nice and straight, just to give it that beautiful finishing touch. You've now finished your chevron cutwork bullion square.